Welcome back, brothers and sisters of the left-hand path, to Plutosophia. I am Dr. Murphey, and today is Saturday, a beautiful Saturday, September 27th, 2025. And I'm making this video to commemorate the autumn equinox, which passed this Monday. So imagine, if you will, a courtroom without any lawyers or jury or even a judge. This is a cosmic courtroom, a universal courtroom where stars and planets give their testimony. And the only thing that you will find here, because it is the only thing of necessity, the only thing that matters here, is a set of scales. And these scales weigh law and order on one side and shadow and chaos on the other. And so twice a year we have the equinox, where the scales balance and day and night are equal. Now is the evening of September, where the sun enters Libra. And it is during this time that we are reminded of this cosmic balance. Within the tarot, Libra has a face, and it is justice. The justice card is more than just the figure that you see. It is all about the scales and the sword. This card is a portrait of how the occult veil is lifted to reveal balance and the illumination of truth. Justice is not only Libra, it is also Lucifer, that Promethean archetype, the light bringer whose torch illuminates. And the scales, without the light of that torch, they remain hidden and inaccessible, claimed forever by the chaos of the abyss. So the Justice card of the Rider-Waite-Smith deck is card number 11. And in this card, we see a crowned figure who is sitting between two pillars, symbolizing that all truth is found in opposites. And this is alluding also to the Hermetic law of polarity. And this figure betwixt the pillars is mediating and reconciling the opposites, much like Baphomet, and assimilating them into truth. The scales are in the left hand. This is the hand of receptivity. And they are in the left hand so that they may be weighed impartially. In the right hand, the active hand, the sword is held upright, signifying clarity, intellect, the cutting edge of discernment. The sword pierces the veil and it cuts away false truths, serving justice. The figure is clad in a red robe, symbolizing restrained passion that is channeled toward truth. Red is the color of not only passion, but also vitality and power. So we have the passion and energy of red, but here it is disciplined. This is a controlled red, just as the garment is a disciplined garment that is neatly draped. Symbolic of passion being brought under reason. So we're not extinguishing this passion, rather we are balancing it with clarity. In physics, red is energy and it is chaotic. However, when you direct that energy through a lens, then you can focus it and create a laser. And a laser is focused, precise, and transformative. Justice, too, requires that harnessing and focusing of passion. The white shoe, just barely peeking out beneath the garment, symbolizes purity, grounding, righteous judgment. And it is a judgment based upon pure truth and innocence, not corruption. So white is a color of purity, innocence, and truth, representing action and grounding. This provides an innocent and honest foundation, a place to stand beneath the grandeur of judgment. The lesson here is that without purity of intent, justice becomes a mere force and is like the untamed cosmos, physics without morality, something powerful but blind. A very apparent symbol within the card is that of the pillars betwixt which sits justice, the character. This card is echoing the High Priestess, who also sits between the dualities. The pillars here are the law of polarity, symbolizing severity and mercy, yes and no, darkness and light. Justice is the middle path, balancing, mediating, negotiating. It is magic that is neither white nor black. It is something else, something mixed, blurred, amalgamated. Libra's essence is to move between the extremes, weighing one against the other. As an analogy, imagine a tightrope walker suspended between two skyscrapers. One misstep to the left or to the right brings disaster. They must stay to the middle path, which lends to balance. Justice is this tightrope walker. We also have the symbols of the crown and the square brooch. The crown symbolizes authority, clarity, higher mind, dominion, kingship. The square brooch that is clasping the robe. Firstly, why is it square? Square is conveying the geometry of reason. It has equal sides and right angles, perfect proportions, symbolizing order, logic, and the human capacity for measurement. Libra's Venusian quality is not just love, but also proportion and symmetry. Justice is beautiful when it's measured, lending to harmony. The brooch is geometry as morality. Behind the figure of justice, we have the veil, just like we did with the High Priestess. However, this veil is purple because purple is a color of royalty and kingship, also spiritual authority, dominion, status, power. The veil itself is a barrier separating the material and mental realms, or the carnal and spiritual realms, the external and inner worlds. Truth, right? So the lesson here is that truth is mediated. It is never transparent, never entirely transparent. It must be mediated, just like justice here is mediating the two pillars. Purple is a combination of red and blue. So with red, you have passion and action. With blue, you have reason and calmness. And through combining them, you can have balance and order. The numerology of this card, so this is card 11. 11 is a master number, and it corresponds with intuition, illumination, inspiration, insight, prophecy, the light bringer. So back to the scales. So the left hand is receptive. It is listening and waiting. The scales weigh evidence and are a reminder that every decision we make is a balancing act. Libra is quite unique in that it is the only zodiac sign represented by an object and not an animal or a human. The symbol for Libra being that of the scales. Libra is pure abstraction, fairness embodied in measurement. In physics, equations are balanced. In life, choices are balanced. And so the scales are a visual metaphor for eternal measurement, and weighing. The sword in the right hand, so the right hand is active, the sword is upright, it is cutting through illusion, it is piercing the veil, it symbolizes intellect, communication, thought, ideas, discernment. It is not swung wildly, it is held steadily. And the lesson here is that justice does not strike in haste. Occam's razor tells us that the simplest explanation is the truest. And with the sword of clarity, you cut away everything that is unnecessary, anything that is false, to reveal what is essential and true. Okay, so let's go through the colors. We've touched upon a couple of them already. The red robe symbolizes disciplined passion. The veil, the purple veil, symbolizes royalty, dominion, kingship. Also, spiritual realm, spiritual matters, metaphysical. The yellow background is the light of reason, illumination, intellect, justice performed in the light and not shadow. So again, justice is law made visible, structure in the void, order in chaos, fairness in the world of human affairs. And so this palette of colors, and also, the white of the shoe, it's not a single quality. It is a harmony of forces, combining intellect, vengeance, passion, clarity, mystery, purity, holding them all in equilibrium. Now, in the Hermetic Tarot, justice is portrayed a little bit differently. You'll find dense symbolism here. You still have the scales, the sword, but you also have astrological glyphs. Still, this is a card showing fairness, teaching fairness. This is the daughter of the Lords of Truth. So this is not talking about static law, rather active correction. This is a very dynamic card. A continual rebalancing of the cosmos and its forces. Libra is the initiator of balance, being a cardinal sign. It's constantly adjusting scales as weight shifts. It is very dynamic. There is a perpetual realignment. The equinox is not eternal. It is just a moment. It's an ongoing cycle. Libra begins the equinox. Again, it's a cardinal sign. So it is a cosmic balancing point. It is cardinal air ruled by Venus. So being cardinal, it's about initiation. Libra begins autumn, begins the fall. It's connected with air, symbolizing intellect, communication, reason, language. This also connects it with Venus, which corresponds with and symbolizes proportion, harmony, beauty. Justice is Libra given form. And you have the scales of proportion, the sword of intellect, the aesthetic of harmony, law as geometry, and morality as art. And so let's look at the Lucifer connection. So Libra is ruled by Venus. Venus is a planet of beauty, harmony, proportion, fertility. And it is also the morning star. And the morning star is Lucifer. Lucifer is the light bringer. Lucifer is a being of light and illumination and knowledge and wisdom. So, therefore, this card is all about light and knowledge and justice and truth. Justice can't be performed in darkness. It needs illumination. In darkness, the sword cuts blindly and the scales mean nothing. Now, it's important to note that when we speak about Lucifer in the left-hand path, within demonolatry and things like this, Lucifer is not to be conflated with Satan. These are entirely different beings, entirely different demons or angels or gods, however you want to refer to them. Satan is the accuser and the adversary. Satan is a demon of fire associated with the direction of south. Lucifer is associated with the east, and Lucifer is a demon of air. So very distinct entities. Lucifer is all about justice and judgment and even vengeance, righteous vengeance. Lucifer is a necessary companion of justice who reveals not only what is hidden, but also what is imbalanced. Justice weighs and Lucifer illuminates, and together they bring about a completion of harmony and balance in the cosmos, soul, and mind. When you look at justice during the Libra season, see not only law and judgment, look beyond this at the cosmic equation. Meditate upon the pillars of duality, the scales of proportion, that sword of clarity and truth, that robe of passion, and that foot just poking out ever so slightly, symbolic of righteousness, being so small and so slight and so subtle, yet creating such a strong and necessary foundation. And all of this is revealed by the torch of illumination brought by Lucifer. The equinox is a reminder that balance is possible, if only for a moment. Justice is a reminder that balance is our duty, both inner and outer. And Lucifer is a reminder that the scales can only be read through illumination. Justice is the dynamic interplay of balance and light, law and order in a universe of chaos. So when you gaze upon the Justice card, know it as more than just a judge sitting upon a throne clad in red robes. Understand it as passion under discipline, innocence beneath power, dualities reconciled, intellect wielded with care, and colors harmonized like a cosmic equation. We see Libra, the zodiac scales poised at the equinox. We see Lucifer, Venus as the light bringer, and acting illumination upon the scales. Justice is not this static verdict. It is a living, breathing balance, continually weighing and illuminating. And the lesson here, the wisdom here, is that equilibrium is always possible in a universe of chaos, but only if you are willing to bring truth into light and with it clarity. This is the eternal work of Libra and the eternal gift of justice. Thank you so much for listening to today's video. Have an infernally blessed day.